Alright, so let's go. Let's do the speaking test. IELTS speaking test. Now, so let's talk about future. What job would you like to have 10 years from now, and why?
The job I want to have 10 years from now is being a pilot because I like flying.
Okay. How useful will English be for your future?
The reason why English is useful for me in the future is because it can help me help the foreign people.
That's it. How much traveling do you hope to do in the future? How much traveling do you hope to do in the future? Here they say, do you hope to do in the future? Not now. So, for example, you hope to travel a lot or just a little or something like that.
I like to travel a lot because I want to see other cultures, other places for me to be entertained, not to be bored.
Okay, how do you think your life will change in the future?
I think in the future there will be lots of things will happen in the future because from now there are lots of things changing already. So I think in the future there will be more things changing than in the now.
Okay, now you can open your book, page 31, and you can have a look at part 2. And just read louder, okay? Practice reading a little bit louder. Page 31. See that? Okay, now you see, look at part 2. Describe a book that you enjoy reading because you had to think a lot, right? You should say what this book was and why you decided to read it. What reading this book make you think about, and explain why you enjoy reading this book. Okay? Now you have 1 minute to prepare. You can open your notebook and write anything you like. You have 1 minute to prepare. And then you need to speak for 2 minutes. 1 to 2 minutes. Alright, time's up. No, you can have a look at your note. You don't need to close it. When you go to the real exam, you can have a look at your note and you also can have a look at the card. Okay, the topic card here. Now you can have a look at your book to see the topic again. You also can use your note and then you can speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Do it. Stop. That's it? Yeah, because you didn't practice enough. That's the reason. Okay, now let's move on to part 3. You can close your book now. Let's talk about children and reading. What are the most popular types of children's books in your country? Okay, what are the benefits of parents reading books to their children? Should parents always let children choose the books they read? Alright, now let's talk about electronic books. How popular are electronic books in your country?
So
Okay, what are the advantages of parents reading electronic books compared to printed books? What are the advantages of parents reading electronic books compared to printed books?
Well, the benefit of parents reading electronic books is they don't need to pay any fees for reading, and it's more convenient than buying the book, as if we need to buy a printed book in the library, we had to go around to the library to buy the book. But if electronic book, then parents will have their phone and they can use it to read.
Okay, will electronic books ever completely replace printed books in the future?
Electronic books won't actually change printed books in the future, because not every book can be on the electronic device, but for people, they have many choice to choose. But if the book that they want is not on electronic device, they can't read it, but have to buy it in the library.
Okay. Alright, Sab, do you want to do part 2 again? Do you have any idea to talk about a book that you describe, that you enjoy reading? Want to do it again? No? Okay, it's fine. And you need more time to practice. Maybe you need to have a look at that and then try to get more ideas. Alright, next to that. Alright, Wudan, your turn. What job would you like to have 10 years from now? What job would you like to have 10 years from now? Okay, next question. How useful will English be for your future? How much traveling do you hope to do in the future?
In
how much traveling do you hope to do in the future?
I think
Okay, let's move on to the next question. How do you think your life will change in the future?
I think the life will change in the future because the world is it grows faster and faster, and we need something new to change the world. And I can see many skyscrapers and robots are then invented built today. So I think the life will change in the future.
Okay, do you have your IELTS 14 book with you? No, do you have it right now? Ông có sách này không? Okay, good. Open it, page 31. Okay, now you see part 2 there? Yeah? Okay, you have 1 minute to prepare. Alright, you can take notes anywhere you want in that book or in your notebook. Normally you should not take your note in that one, okay? You should have your own note. Now you have 1 minute, and then you can speak for 1 to 2 minutes. All right, time's up. Okay, now you have 1 to 2 minutes to speak. All right? Are you ready? Yeah, sure? Okay, let's go.
For me, the book that I enjoy reading a lot is how to make your customer pleased because
All right, time's up. Thank you. All right, now let's move on to part 3. You can close your book. Let's talk about children and reading. What are the most popular types of children's books in your country?
The most popular books for children in Vietnam is about the books related to education or the stories of princess like
So,
Ireland and Snow White, something like that. And I think it have children understands a lot about the cultures in Vietnam, and it helps children study a lot about how to become a good children.
okay. What are the benefits of parents reading books to their children? Focus on practice. What are the benefits of parents reading books to their children?
The benefits for children to reading book is help them to be how to become a good person and help them
Okay. Should parents always let children choose the books they read? Yeah. Should parents always let children choose the books they read? Well, let's move on to the next one. Let's talk about electronic books. How popular are electronic books in your country? Ok. Không biết cũng phải tưởng tượng ra mà nói. Next one. What are the advantages of parents reading electronic books compared to printed books? What are the advantages of parents reading electronic books compared to printed books? Okay. Will electronic books ever completely replace printed books in the future? Will electronic books ever completely replace printed books in the future? Okay. All right. Thank you. That is the end of our speaking test.